Hey, welcome back to That'll Do Garage. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be working on a 2012 Genie TZ50 something or other hydraulic man lift thingy. It should be fun and interesting. We got a hydraulic leak to fix and a couple of, well, like 15 other little things. Let's get started. Well, let me give you a tour. So Yahoo stands up there. This thing goes way up in the air, right? I don't know, 50 feet, 75 feet. It's got these legs that come down on all four corners. The boom kind of goes up and telescopes and all sorts of functionality. So it's kind of neat. This thing's a little bit unique and it's fun to play with stuff like this. It's also got this drive system. So that's a hydraulic motor, hydraulic motor powered by the pump, and spins that wheel, which you can push up against that wheel, and then it's, you know, able to move itself without a truck, which is kind of neat. It's kind of basically exactly like a Prius, right? It's probably got as much horsepower as a Prius, and it's got battery for capacity, but it's also got an engine for charging with an alternator. However, that doesn't work, so we might get to that. As of now, it's just a plug it in type of situation. So all of this can run independently without needing that engine running. On this side, we have two batteries, motor, hydraulic pump, and then function manifold and drive manifold for all the valves and solenoids. Whole bunch of doodads here, which are all replicated on a control panel up there. This is your drive control box. Let me take you around to the other side. This thing just barely fits in the garage here. This is one of the other things we need to work on. This wheel up front there, this jack kind of came apart somehow, and so I need to fix that. So as of now, it's not independently mobile. Have to use a floor jack, but we'll get to that in a minute. On this side is more batteries, charger. Let me turn on the light. Hydraulic reservoirs over here. So, you know, lots of stuff to go wrong and things for mice to chew on and hydraulic leaks to happen. But the main thing we're looking at today is the hydraulic leak, which I think I've already found. It was kind of noticed at a customer site. It was like dripping fluid in the driveway, kind of like that. And you can kind of see it collecting here. It's all nasty. And then if you look at the top of the manifold, bingo, right? There's our fluid. So you can tell just by looking at it, it looks like it's coming out of that plug right there. So we'll give that a go, see if it is leaking. Part of this is going to be figuring out how everything works too. So that's the main thing we need to fix. The second thing we need to fix is this nose wheel that's busted off. It's supposed to live right there. Got to figure that out. Put something back together. And he needs this back pretty soon. So there's the immediate stuff we're going to do. But then long term, we want to get the engine running again. He told me this thing got rolled over, which I don't even want to think about. Somehow this got rolled over and damaged or something. But if you look at the engine, the fuel tank's kind of squashed in and stuff's broken. Maybe just that engine got rolled over. I don't know. But he does want that working again. So we'll get there. But first, we'll look at the leak. As I said, I suspect that's the leak. What I'd like to do though is like power something up here and make sure we see it kind of bubbling out. So let's see. If I go this way, it gives me control up there. So I'm gonna go this way, which should give me control down here. Batteries are charged. I'm gonna pick, let's see, I'm gonna pick this leg. Should be this button. And I believe yellow makes it go down. So we'll do that in yellow and see if the leg goes down. That's good. Okay, so we got verified hydraulic operation. Let's clean this up now and see if it leaks. Kind of cleaned up. I'm gonna give that a go again, same thing, and just see if it starts puking out fluid. Let's see, this button, no, this one. Yeah, and that button. All right, ready? Oh yeah, bubbles. I think we found the culprit. So my first thought is it might just be loose, but my second thought is there's probably an O-ring in there that's maybe deteriorated. So let's figure out what's up. All right, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, it's loose, look at that. So that seems like a pretty easy fix. Let's see if it tightens up. Oh, about a quarter turn loose. All right, does it come out? Is there just an O-ring I can replace? That would be nice. Oh, it's kind of, oh yeah. That's fun. Yeah, there's, oh, right there. See how it's torn there? Can you see that tiny little piece missing? So we'll take that over to the old Napa and see what they have for O-rings and throw it back together. That's probably about it. Definitely not an exact match. This is what was on it. This is what Napa had in stock and they recommended. It does fit on there, but it seems too thick. And this is a different auto parts store. I think I'm gonna run with that one. Probably when you stretch it out, it would be close to the same diameter. I'm not gonna know unless I try. Might as well go for it. That's not too bad. Sticks out a little bit on the side. I don't know. Let's just pop it in there, see what happens. I don't see the little rubber shaving there. I don't know. Doesn't bode well for our chances. Alright, let's see what happens here. Looks okay so far. I think we got the leak resolved. I ran it quite a bit and there's nothing happening, but I do want to take it outside and put all the legs down and put it through its paces and really make sure we're okay. But before we do that, I want to take a look at this wheel and figure out what's going on here. For some reason, dog food is falling out of the pieces. So that's fun. So we got a frame mount here, which looks pretty standard. Nothing special. And this looks kind of heavy duty special. 2 wheels to distribute the load. It looks like they have a tube. That looks pretty standard, but I don't know if it's the right size. But we got to make sure this can swivel so the thing can steer. So it looks like all the swiveling happens in this piece. Yeah. And that's pretty unique. I think usually in these trailer jacks, most of the swiveling happens down here at the bottom. So we might not be able to find another jack that lets the whole inner shaft swivel. This looks to be fine. So I must have just crushed the top. Pretty much all of the damage that happens on these equipment is from trees falling on them, branches falling down. So I imagine that got crushed. No handle. But what if I was to put that back in there and put a pin on it? That's fine. Like I could bolt that so it's secure. And this would probably go right back into that mount if, well, let's just see. Yeah, that seems okay. So really, we just got to make it crank up and down. So is this just a cover that's damaged? Can I take the cover off, straighten it, find some handle somewhere, and reuse this jack? That seems possible. Let me see. Okay, so we got a gear, a couple of gears, and a washer. So I kind of need this doodad up here, like the gear drive portion, the handle. If I can find all that, then this one should be okay, I think. Let's straighten that cover back out, re-grease it. Should be all there is to it. Am I missing something? He did give me this whole box of parts here, so could be in there. No parts in there. I was hoping we could just reuse all this business, but there's actually like roller bearings inside there too that are all missing in this horizontal gear. So that's a 2-inch round output or whatever, 2-inch round outer diameter on that thing. So I'm going to see if I can find a new jack that lets the whole thing swivel and has a 2-inch outer diameter. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that before where the whole thing spins like that. So I'll have to do some shopping around here. This is what I found over at Northern Tool and Equipment. 1,500 pounds. It's called the Marine Swivel Jack, and this tube does actually rotate inside the bigger tube, just like the old one, so that's good. The issues we have now are these cheesy little plastic wheels compared to these guys. These are solid rubber. So obviously we're going to want to swap these in. There is a lot of tongue weight on this thing. I tried to lift it. Can't even lift it 1 inch, so it's pretty heavy. We are going to want to upgrade that, and I think what that means, we're going to cut this weld and just weld it right onto that tube. I was pretty careful to make sure that's the right outer diameter. Should just slip right in there and weld her up. But then the other problem we have is this bracket is too low. You can see the difference here. That one's at least 6 inches higher, so Probably cut those welds, move that bracket up, weld it back on. I don't know. I'm not wild about that idea because I don't like how much leverage that's gonna exert on the bracket. You know, it might be too much side load to have the bracket way up high, but don't really have a choice. We barely have enough room. If I put that thing right here, I have about 1 inch clearance right there. So it's really close. I did look up this original part from the manufacturer, and that whole assembly is $1,000. And if you just want the jack, it's $250. And that thing was like $115. So definitely saving money. Let's see what we can come up with here. I know what you're thinking. It's a work of art. Just try to not be too jealous, I guess. She's welded on there. Nice coat of primer. We're gonna move on to my favorite brand new friend, rubberized undercoating. Not only does it paint it, but it actually kind of fills in the gaps and, you know, prevents water from getting in and stuff like that too. Time to give it a go. It's all bolted on. Let's see what happens. Looks good to me. No leaks. You can see it's moving all over the place. I don't hear any bubbles or gurgling like it's sucking air in. And everything seems to be working okay. This performed flawlessly as we drove out of the garage. I don't know, we'll see how it stands this test of time, but for now I got the damaged sections of the rim pointing out so that we can keep an eye on things. There's my artist perfection weld job, and yeah, looks good. I think that's gonna do it for today. Kind of a different one. Thanks for watching.